Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markle. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markle.
Welcome to episode number 200 of the Morning Mindset Podcast. Wow. And I've been doing this show for less than a year as I speak the words into this microphone. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you like what we've been doing. When I say we, me, and my producer in the background who you don't ever hear from, because I am alone in the studio, alone with my thoughts and alone with this carbon steel microphone. Today we're going to talk about opinionated and arrogant, or arrogant and opinionated, and it kind of dovetails right in with yesterday's discussion on identifying quality. Now, if you have gone out and gotten the experience, lived life, gotten education and training and so forth, you may be better able to identify quality than other people. And for instance, especially when it comes to training, let's see, education or types of training or what have you. If you go out and you get lots of education, you take lots of classes, training courses, what have you. I've done that for 30 plus years. And so I feel that I'm very, very capable of identifying a good trainer, a good training program, a good class, a good instructor. I'm very skilled or well-equipped, shall we say, to identify high-quality, good instruction and poor, mediocre, or average instruction. It doesn't take me very long to sniff out an average or a poor instructor because I've got 30 plus years of experience doing it. And what that leads to, I may say, I don't like this, or I don't appreciate that, or I don't endorse this. There are also programs, products, gear, things that I wholeheartedly and very strongly endorse. And the reason that I'm endorsing these things is because I have this experience and this basis in education and training. But when you go forward and endorse something, when you endorse whether it's a training program or whether it is a product or whether it is a way of thinking, when you endorse that and when you endorse it strongly and wholeheartedly, you open yourself up to the accusation of arrogance or opinionated. I've been accused of both of those. I've been accused of being arrogant because I believe that I'm right. Or that I believe I'm always right. That Paul Markle guy, he always thinks he's right. Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I do. I do think I'm right. And the silly and ridiculous thing about that accusation is that people that throw it out, what is the other option? Is the other option to not believe in your own thoughts, not believe in your own decisions? Opinionated. People say that guy is very opinionated. Oh, I don't like him because he's opinionated. Well, what makes him opinionated? Well, he said exactly, and here's the thing, people are often accused of being opinionated because they tell you without reservation exactly how they feel about a certain subject. They don't beat around the bush. They don't offer half-truths. They don't temper what they're going to say with political correctness. They say exactly what is on their mind with no uncertain terms, right? And when they do that, They're accused of being opinionated. You see, politicians are rarely accused of being opinionated because they temper everything that comes out of their mouth. They never tell you exactly how they feel. They never take a stand on anything because they may need to change it tomorrow. Or this audience might not like what they have to say, so that they have to modify their opinions or their thoughts or their decisions or whatever. They have to modify their speech based upon who's hearing it. Now, when you don't do that, when you offer your own opinions, your thoughts, your beliefs, and you don't take into consideration who's listening, you're accused of arrogance. You're accused of being opinionated. And recently I was listening to Matt and Scott talk about starting strength and some of the people who've criticized starting strength over the years, and they've criticized it for being dogmatic. Meaning that they hold firmly to their beliefs and they refuse to change them. Yes, sometimes being dogmatic is actually a good thing. Let me ask you this. If you were looking for someone, let's say, I don't know, let's go ahead and say something like you wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and you wanted someone to teach you, and you could pick any person, right? Any person in the world to teach you to play guitar, to show you the ins and outs and the upside downs and the mastery of guitar. Who would you go to? Like you know, in one of those lottery situations where you could just pick any person and they would be made available to you to answer all of your questions and to show you what they knew and so forth. Who would you choose? Would you choose someone that is a master of that? For instance, would you choose Eddie Van Halen? Would you choose Eddie Van Halen to teach you the guitar? Or would you choose somebody that doesn't feel that they're very good? It's silly to me, but yet it still exists. People don't appreciate those who, they accuse those who have strong, truthful opinions of being arrogant. People who don't change or modify their thoughts based upon who the audience happens to be that day. And they're accused of being dogmatic or opinionated. Sometimes it's good to be opinionated. And I don't know about the arrogance thing, but I can tell you this. If someone has experience, education, and they have been striving or if they have striven to master whatever it is, their field of endeavor, whether it's strength training or, being a musician or what have you, they probably have very, very strong feelings about that because they've invested a lot of time and effort into it. So before you're willing to throw out the arrogance label or the opinionated label or, before you listen to someone like that, you might want to think about exactly where that comes from. I just thought I would, what the heck, I would deal with that subject. I would address it because I run into it quite frequently. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, today was episode number 200 of Morning Mindset Podcast. Thank you very much for being a member of this audience. I would truly appreciate it if you would leave us a rating on whatever podcast player it is that you use to listen to this. And if you purchase the book, the Morning Mindset book, a 30-day plan for a more positive and productive life, thank you for doing that. And if you would leave a review for that as well, that'd be fantastic. All right, folks. I'll be back again, and we'll start off with episode 201 next time. I'm your host, Paul Markle. I'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markle, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. podcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.